All right. Live? We're live. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Welcome back. Kingdom Come Deliverance. I'm Professor McCoy. Sorry for the late start, but here we are. Let's get back into things. We were just escaping from the bandit fortification in Vranik. Just got out of there, wandering through the nearby woods, trying to rendezvous and trying to get our way out of here. Get back to possible father's men. Handle it here. Uh, get back to possibly Henry's father's men. We'll see about all that. And I'm also curious, speaking of the whole Henry's father thing, seems possible. That does seem like a rather. That is absolutely a cliff, isn't it? Okay, go this way. Um, it certainly seems like the kind of twist that the game would do. Uh, that said, I'm still open to it being a double twist or anything like that. I also, oh come on, I also have to now wonder. Oh, go that way, or if I can. Hmm. Okay. Um, I also now have to wonder if Sir Radzig is really Henry's father. That makes me wonder about his mother. Was his alleged mother actually his mother, or do this? This will be fine, right? Oh, that's tight. That's close, but I can do it. Um, was she actually his mother, and he was just sort of an illegitimate son, or was he just adopted by them entirely? Really opens up a series of questions that let's see. Wait, why is it telling me to go there? What is there? What is this? What's this? Oh, there's a tourney. Oh, that's where I'm heading. Oops. Not where I want to head. I need to go south. Once I get down this cliff, I will. Well, it is the dead of night, and I did manage to get my equipment back, which I'm very glad of. As well as my torches. Torches are nice. Torches are very nice to have. Man, I gotta say, this I've been putting some thought into defensive fortifications lately for prepping a D&D homebrew world. Putting some thought into that. But looking at Vranik, it is very, very defensible. The terrain around Vranik is just horrible. Really horrible. It is not the kind of thing that I would ever want to assault. There really is one
So,
Zishek.
we're out.
Eh,
Now it's time for you to keep your
there
part of
he
the
is.
bargain.
Um, yeah, it is not somewhere that I would want to lead an assault on because there really is a very good natural bottleneck. There's one avenue of assault, and it's right down the front gate, which means that you can really pile up your fortifications there. Which I mean, they haven't taken. It doesn't seem to me, at least, like they've taken too much advantage of that, because it is pretty haphazard in terms of its defenses. That is the kind of thing, like those walls are the kind of things that you could beat down if you had enough men, and even some rudimentary ladders would do fine getting over them. But still, it is it's pretty rough.
Don't worry, I keep my word. But I have to go to Ratai and see my father. They took my coin when they captured me.
Fine. We should
So
get
can I
out
have
of
it
here as
back?
quick as we can anyway.
Well, you'll have to help me. Somehow the massage I got from that big bastard didn't do me a lot of good. I don't suppose you have a horse hidden around here.
A horse?
Okay, Dom, no problem.
Actually, I
See you,
didn't
Dominic.
think of that.
If you're here, hello. If not, I'll see you around. Oh yeah, you're right. You were right last week that the cutscenes do assume that you didn't get your stuff back. Which I would not want to walk this distance barefoot. Oh my god, they did. They walked. Oh, they walked all the way to Ratai. And he was dressed like that the whole way. Good lord, that's insane. No. 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 You'd stop literally anywhere and, like, take someone's shoes. Ask someone for shoes.
Any word about your boy, Radzig?
The
Nothing
lighting
yet.
switch was weird.
Let's hope he hasn't done anything rash. Wouldn't surprise me given the balls that he has. Now, I wonder where he might have got those from.
Don't start, Hanush.
I'm sorry, sir. This fellow...
Henry!
Father?
I told you he had balls.
Well, I see that you haven't been idle,
Dress
and
well
we'll
again.
certainly
Here we
need to
go.
have a talk later, but not quite so publicly.
Do need to get that gamison fixed. Really badly.
Looks like you have plenty to tell us. What happened?
I got a bit tied up at Vranyik. But now I know what they're planning.
Hey.
What's being planned? And who's planning it? Spit it out, boy.
There's no longer any doubt about it. It's that Hungarian noble you were hosting on the same day Sigismund pillaged Skalitz.
Sir Istvan Toth.
Toth and his people. Everything fits. They're the ones making the counterfeit money and using it to hire mercenaries from all around. He's already got quite an army at Vranyik.
But what the fuck is he after?
I can tell you exactly, and you won't like it.
How's that?
I had quite a long talk with him.
What?
When I was trying to get into his camp, I was taken captive. We had a bit of a chat. Actually, he told me his entire plan.
What?
I suppose he thought he didn't need to keep it secret any longer. I'm not all that surprised.
Why not?
What is that sword Spishek has got?
What's that bastard planning?
It's a nice sword.
He's in the service of Sigismund. He wants to destroy King Wenceslas' allies. That means us. He's gathered a very large force. I'm honestly not sure if we can defeat them. And he knows no one will come to our aid now.
That fucking cunt. I'll skin him alive.
How many men has he got?
More than 100, I'd say.
And how secure is their camp?
Spanish is
It's an old abandoned
I love how
fortress
mad he's
on a
getting.
hill above Sassau. It's inaccessible from 3 sides, surrounded by a timber palisade.
Bastard! I'll crush that rebel of his.
That's easy to say, old friend. It seems Toth isn't taking any chances.
Together with Divish, we can muster enough men. And we can all see there's no time to waste. That bastard wants a battle. Much better we pick a time and place than he does.
Undoubtedly.
kind
We
of.
have to take them by surprise. It's best to attack tomorrow night. We can't get ready any sooner.
That's what I like to hear, Rags.
I don't know. That is a
Henry,
very
I want you
defensible
to get
position.
yourself fixed up and then go straight to Sir Divish of Talmberg. Tell him to assemble all the able-bodied men he can and bring them to Vranyik tomorrow evening. We'll wait for him there.
Yes, sir.
Finally, a chance to show I'm not carrying a sword just for ornament.
What is it, Henry? Is there something else?
The thing is, we have to deal with Zbyszek.
I see. And who is he?
I'm definitely gonna follow through on our deal. Good, but I have to wonder if it would be better to just besiege them. I have to wonder if they have the men, the material, and the resources to just besiege them in Vranik and starve them out, because they don't exactly have a lot of supplies. And if they do, they would and if they're going to get out of it, that means they'd have to charge out into the open, which they're not. The bandits are not equipped for that kind of battle. They're in a really good defensible position, and if they were to basically besiege them, hold them up in Vranik, they're done. And I think that would honestly be the better route. Although, and a siege is costly, very costly, but it might Oh gosh, excuse me. It might work out better than what they're trying to do. We'll see. I don't know.
Spishek is from Skalitz. He helped me escape captivity and saved my life. I promised him a reward for it.
Indeed. Well, Spishek, if you saved my son's life, I'm grateful to you. As a token of my gratitude, please accept this reward.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your generosity.
And under the circumstances, we won't ask how you came to be with that herd of swine at Vranik. So you'd better get out of here quick, before I start thinking about it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Goodbye, my lords. Thanks, Henry. God be with you.
All right.
Get a good meal inside you and get those wounds tended to. You look wretched. And if you need equipment or armor, tell Bernard. He'll give you what you need.
Yes, my lord.
No more, my lord. I'm your father. I swear, Hal, I plan to tell you. I'm sorry Istvan, of all people, beat me to it. But now we have more urgent matters to deal with. Later we'll have time to talk about it. What do you say?
As you wish, my lord. Father.
Good. Now go to Divish as quickly as you can, son.
Is it just going to quick travel me? No, I assume not. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Okay. I don't need to go to Captain Bernard. I need to get my equipment repaired. I don't need new equipment. Oh, wow. Hello. Look at that.
Awake already? I hope you've had a good rest after all you've been through. You might need it. We've got work to do tonight, so get up and get going to Talmberg as soon as possible. You need to rouse Sir Divish and his men for the attack. We'll meet this evening at the stronghold and settle up with that sly bastard.
Can I ask...
No, never mind.
Thank you.
Never mind.
That's all I wanted to know.
Okay. Well,
I need to set off as soon as possible to give the Talmburgers the message, or they won't arrive in time to help us at Vranik.
Yes, I'm aware of that, but I definitely need to go get some equipment repaired first. That's pretty essential. Pretty essential. Oh, come on. Really? Is it that early? First of all, I'm filthy. The smithy. The tailor. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna wait an hour. All right. Well, anyway. Anyway. So, by the way, happy Independence Day, everyone. I missed Monday. I didn't get to tell you then, and we didn't stream. Obviously, didn't stream last night because it was Tuesday and it was Independence Day, so didn't get to tell you then either. But happy Independence Day, regardless. It's odd. I've had a bit of an odd coming about.
Garlic soup for the winter, onion soup for the spring.
Garlic soup is very good. I had a bit of an odd coming about lately with respect to the 4th of July and all that.
How come you're wearing such fine armor? Is there a joust happening?
I need air. Everything you can. Bye. Wow! Alright! Yay! Talk that down a little bit.
Let's have a word about the price.
I mean, I have tons of money, but still.
What about this?
More.
Fine.
Oh, that's a deal.
Great. Some of my stuff fixed. Okay, need to wait for the
Baked goods
armorer.
fresh from the oven. Come and get them.
and the tailor. Anyway, yes, I think that I have. It's been a while. Let me say it this way. It's been a while since I've been particularly patriotic. I've been I've been broadly speaking a libertarian, and more so, even an anarchist for quite some time, and certainly an anarchist in the vein of Murray Rothbard's question. Right. So where Murray Rothbard drew the line on whether you were, sort of, I guess you'd say, sufficiently libertarian or not, is the question: do you hate the state? Do you hate the state, or do you merely think that it should be fixed and reformed? And I absolutely, without a doubt, as great a degree as probably possible, I hate the state. There's another tailor there. You know what? I'm just gonna go there. Go. Make use of our time, huh? And I absolutely do. I think that the state as an institution and concretely as our particular government are decivilizing forces. They are they're horrifically destructive to human freedom and to human flourishing and to our lives in particular. I can say without a doubt that I hate the state. I consider myself very much an enemy of the state, if you want to use that kind of language, just given the horrible things that they do to good and innocent people, usually deliberately and usually directly. Again, I talked last week about a good acquaintance of mine, a fellow Catholic shitposter, Catherine Arnett, who's being endlessly and brutally persecuted by the U.S. Marine Corps.
Powder made of the bones of St. Thomas.
Okay. But at the same time, despite all that, this year,
Jesus Christ.
Good luck. This year, and really for the last couple of years, more and more so, I have found myself being far more, or feeling at least, far more patriotic. Far more appreciative of the sort of signs and symbols of patriotism and of the nation. The good old American flag. Is this enough? All that pomp and circumstance. Far more so than I have in probably 10 years or so. Because I made that final sort of transition to being a real and proper anarchist in about 2013. And I've told that story before as well, but I could go over it again and kind of talk about my journey through it. But again, I think that really was the real transition there. But I'll say that since then I've been no big fan of the U.S. government, and hardly even really a fan of the U.S., given that it is represented by and controlled by that government. And so all of the big sights and sounds and symbols of the nation, whether that's the flag, whether that's the anthem, whether all that, that's odd. I thought we were going to stop. I've felt almost hostile to it all quite some time for very good reason. Because I think that our government is an enemy of mankind, like all governments, except ours to a phenomenal degree, just because of its scope and because of its intrusiveness. But now, I think that the reason why I'm sort of feeling far more far more patriotic and feeling more of a kinship with the flag and various patriotic whatnots, is that more and more this year more than really, more than last year, more than the year before, and the growing thing seems to me as if there's no stew pot here. Where's there a stew pot? It seems to me more and more like the sights, sounds, and symbols of the nation are hated by those who rule us. That we are not controlled so much by the US government, by the United States as such, but by a sort of hostile foreign or domestic invading power. Particularly, I think that the sort of wokest political ideology is more or less colonized.
Sir, I bring an urgent message from my father, from Sir Radzig and Hanush.
And you're really getting into this father thing.
I take it you've heard. What does your father want from me?
I found out who's behind all the unrest in the region, and Father and Hanush have decided to put an end to it all.
What? So who is responsible for all our recent troubles?
You may have met him. Istvan Toth.
No, I haven't met him. But Sir Radzig said he'd been here to visit before the raid. I don't suppose that's a coincidence. What kind of man is he? What is he after?
He's in the service of King Sigismund, and he's fighting the nobility who support King Wenceslas. They've amassed quite a force at the old stronghold above Sasau, and they're planning to attack very soon. Father and Hanush have decided to move first and destroy him before he's prepared.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
When? And how?
Tonight. They send word for you to muster your men and rendezvous with them at Vranyik.
This is madness.
Maybe it is. But I fear that Radzig and Hanush are right. The sooner we cure this pestilence, the better. Gather the men and make ready. We march tonight. Leave only as many as you must to guard the castle.
Very well, sir. As you command.
Will you be coming with us?
Yes, sir. I have some scores to settle with them.
All right, here we go. But yeah, I think that because of all this, because of this sort of conflict between the U.S. government as it really is, as it is today, and the traditional symbolism of it. Oh, this is cool. That is a smallish force, but all right. Actually, that's historically correct. I'll get back to the patriotism thing in a moment, but I have to address this. This is, I think, about what you would expect from a settlement the size of Talmberg. It's not particularly large, but it is something. And this is very much the sort of thing that you would expect from this, because it is an independent lord who is essentially a vassal in a feudal system, who will bring his forces to bear in a larger conflict. Yeah, it's one particular vassal who will bring his relatively meager forces to bear in a larger conflict, but that's why the sort of feudal, hierarchical feudal structure really developed, is because you really can't sustain more than a few dozen armed soldiers.
Well,
even if you're incredibly powerful
so
and
you
wealthy.
don't want to miss the show.
You didn't expect me to leave all the glory to you.
Never. We wouldn't dream of starting without you.
What news? Did you parley with them?
We did.
And what was the outcome?
Not quite what we hoped for. Radzig wanted to go parley with him in person. Fortunately, I talked him out of it.
It seems that this will not be resolved without a battle.
Bloody good thing, too. Finally, we'll have
It's
some proper
fascinating.
entertainment in the countryside.
Fortunately, my son here showed immense daring and made his way into the lion's den to spy.
That is a Gambison Gorgot.
Tell us what you saw, lad.
Interesting. Interesting. Mostly ceremonial, but also, important and functional armor. I would want something metal there, really. But, okay. That won't do a lot to deflect the kind of
What do
things
you
that
want
will
to know
really damage your
exactly?
throat. Ooh,
Well, let's
I'm
start
having
with
some
how well
issues here.
fortified they are.
The outer palisade goes right around the whole camp. On a small hill inside it, there's a half-demolished farmhouse that's ringed by another palisade. That's where I was held prisoner. And that's where Toff's based. Him and his inner circle.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what I can do here.
Can you tell us how many tents there are and how...
There might be 50, maybe 300.
Not
Most of
working
them
out
in the
well.
right-hand side of the camp.
And the men? How many men strong are they?
Quite a few. At least 80.
Quite a bit.
Huh. We don't number much more than that ourselves.
We do outnumber them, though, even if only by a few men. And our men are well armed and disciplined. The foe, nothing but a rabble.
From what I've seen, it's best to attack from our direction. How does it look from the other side?
That's a cool helmet.
The east side is all rocks, so no hope of launching a major assault from there. On the other hand, that's the way I escaped. It's where they
Sort of
throw all their waste.
somewhere
The
in between
heap's
a
already
bassinet
so
and a
high,
great
it's
helmet.
almost to the top of the palisade.
I don't think that's an historical visor, though.
Now that is interesting.
Not in this
The
period.
ramparts are long. If there are as many of them as we think, they can hardly keep watch over the entire length. Attack with full force at the gate, and they won't have enough men at the rear.
That's an excellent strategy.
Hang
Then
on.
I'd expect
I'm gonna
no
have
less
to.
from you.
If we cause an enormous uproar at the same time, they
I
won't
may
know
need
what's
to
hit them.
disconnect and reconnect. I apologize for
Uproar?
missing the.
And tents usually burn rather well, and we have quite a few archers.
Are we back?
You don't do things by halves,
We
Divish.
might be back. They're talking about fire arrows, which, man, I don't know why that is
So,
causing
I believe we
things
have
to
a plan.
chug so bad. I think it's
Robot
better
will
now.
take 10 men and
Sorry about
sneak
that.
to the rear of the fortifications. There's an entry point, but you must remain hidden.
I will do my best, sir.
That shouldn't be too hard. They'll have other things to worry about. The rest of us will launch a
Okay.
frontal assault. Rain burning arrows on them and then attack.
Those bastards won't know which way to turn.
At that point, Robot and his squad will strike from the rear.
I think it's a good plan.
God be with you, my friends.
We'll wipe those whore sons off the face of the earth.
It's a nice meaty thwack. I know that fire arrows are a trope, and it would feel weird if they weren't using them, but I can't help but point out that they're not historical. And also that they don't work. Like, that basically just doesn't function.
Listen up now. We are about to meet the rabble that have been trying to hurt us. Pillaging, killing, raping, and generally being a thorn in our side for long enough. They may be hiding behind a stockade, but they are still a pack of curs who are no match for men like you. And tonight, we are going to festoon these trees with corpses. First, we will
Those
set
poems
fire to the little
bills?
hornet's nest. Then we'll keep them busy by the gate. And when we've made it nice and hot for them, Sir Robard and his men will pounce on them from the rear, and we will hack them to pieces. Have you got it? Yes, sir! Good. Now, when we reach the ramparts, the archers will cover the men climbing it, and the men with the battering ram. Any of these fuckers foolish enough to stick his head outside the stockade is to lose it at once. Understood? Yes, sir! Glad to hear it. Now, let's do it! Forward!
That would be a good moment to do a dramatic putting on the helmet thing. But, it will allow you to decide whether to have a helmet. The right decision is to have a helmet. That is basically the first thing that you want in a sort of medieval kit of armor. Is you want a helmet. Because your head is quite vulnerable to attack, and it is kind of the thing that will be hurt the worst if you get hit. Hold on. Long distance. We're good. Switch to our longsword. Whee! Okay. Seem to be doing just fine here. I'm a very bad shot, in case you weren't sure. Can I climb the ladder? No, I can't climb the ladder. Oh, the gate's open. There we go. It looks like the gate is secured. Okay. Advance across the burnt ground. Secure the first part. Okay. All things that we can do, I think. All right. Anyway, while we are fighting. Okay, that part's secured. Moving on. Okay. I think that, like I was saying about, so back to what I was talking about in terms of patriotism and my odd sense of patriotism that has been sort of growing this year in an odd way. But I think that a large part of that is, like I said, due to the fact that our actual government, is not exactly aligned with the symbols of patriotism and the flag and the tradition of the country and the United States and all that. Rather, they're sort of they're possessed by an ideology which is fundamentally opposed to it, and so we're at this weird historical point where I think that the flag of the United States and patriotism and Revolutionary War and all of the classical symbols of America are revolutionary again. Come on, bring it. Bring it on. I love how I've completely gotten behind them, and they don't seem to mind. I mean, they mind, because I'm cutting them in half. But they don't seem to be too keen to stop me. I completely got behind the enemy formation. We're just stabbing them repeatedly in the backs. Another one not dead. Take care of that. But I think that the sort of symbolism of the revolution is once again revolutionary. And so what we have is a let me do this again. Let me just punch through them. Yeah, the symbolism of the revolution is very revolutionary again, I think. That to display and to follow, I suppose, an American flag is contrary to the gravest of evils that our government represents nowadays, rather than it simply being the representation of our nasty, evil, no good government. Now, our government is still nasty, no good, and evil. Was it? We beat him? Wow. But no, our government still is nasty, no good, and evil. But the difference is that because we're effectively conquered, the United States is effectively conquered. It's fallen to a foreign ideology, practically speaking. That the symbols of the United States of America are now a kind of revolution against that.
Where's that Hungarian bastard?
A good way that I
Why
put it,
isn't
I
he
think,
there? Don't tell me no one was in command.
That there is a white pill buried
Henry,
deep,
where's
deep
Tom? You said
inside
he
that
was
giant
here.
black
He
pill
definitely
that
was, sir.
we're being
Got
forced
the
to.
cuts and bruises to show for it.
We have to find out where he slithered off to. Look for clues. Anything that will tell us what he's doing.
We did pretty well here, I have to say. They did not have their defenses organized, which, yeah, that's like I said, I was saying earlier that despite Vranek being in a very defensible position, they didn't make very good use of it. Aside from having, the main, what they should have done is they should have had. What amounts to an extra outer bailey. Take the wall in away from the cliff edge. I mean, it already is a bit. And just put the main front gate, like, over here somewhere. Right? So to force people to come along, ideally walking on with the wall on their right. But if you have to, you can have them march with the wall on their left. Either way is fine. And then so you can pepper them with arrows as they're coming along and have the front gate be around that side. Ideally, it would be around the other side. Ideally, it would be like the front gate would be back here. But whatever. It's close enough. It's close enough. Yeah, I think that is that would be a much better way of utilizing a position like this. Because a position like this is really it's only particularly defensible because of its environment, rather than because of the actual fortifications and how the fortifications are set up and utilized. Which is disappointing. It should be that that you could really fortify a place like this to a really impressive degree. Oh, dead bandits.
Sir, I'd like to go outside.
We need to take a proper look around first.
Okay.
Find any clue about where Toth's gone, and I'll give you a
I mean, I have 50,000 groschen, so 100 isn't too much. But thank you, though. Thanks, though. I'm guessing we'll learn something more in his command spot. Yeah, that's an escape route, isn't it? Hey, look! This is that stuff that I was using. A letter. Trunk keys. Hey, that's how you're supposed to get your stuff back. I understand now. Let's see. What's this? Oh, no, this isn't an escape route. Ooh, it is. He definitely could have climbed out of there. He could perfectly reasonably have climbed out of there. And there's even a little rushlight candle in here. Okay, yeah, that's totally reasonable. I want to read this letter first. Ah, frick. Go back in here and read it, shall we? Sit in his nice chair and read it. Oh, that's not it. Letter from Frank. Here we go. My dear sir, despite our minor troubles at Privoslavitz, I must say that everything is proceeding according to plan. I've managed to muster so many men that the losses we have suffered are of little consequence. I believe I will soon succeed in seizing the castle of which we previously spoke. Troubling. This does seem like there were quite a lot of people here. There was a lot of men defending this, but I wonder if he managed to take men elsewhere. And that's what we're now gonna have to deal with. What castle? Homburg? Maybe?
Sir, this was all I could find.
A letter? What does it say, Radzig?
Alongside hunting, drinking, and swordplay, you might find time for a little study, old man. In the courts of Prague, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can read nowadays.
Yes, well, here in the countryside, we don't give a tinker's curse about such things. That's what I've got a scribe for, anyway.
Oh, gosh.
What does the damn thing say?
It appears to be written by Toth, but it doesn't say to whom. It says everything is going according to plan, and the castle should soon be taken.
Castle?
What castle? What does he need a castle for?
Sir, we took this one alive. And it seems he's not just some ordinary spear carrier.
Where's that rat Toth? Where did he go? Speak,
Who's
damn
this
you!
guy? I don't know if I recognize
He's
him.
you again, hasn't he?
If you play your cards right, you might come out of this in one piece. Where is your lord? He was here yesterday, wasn't he?
Come now, sir. We both know where I will end up. My lord is gone. He took most of the men and left.
Where has he gone? What is he planning? He writes here about taking some castle. Which castle?
Oh, some nearby castle. Left completely unguarded.
Uh-oh.
I wonder where it could be.
What are you saying, you horse son?
Talmberg. Did he go to Talmberg?
You'll never get him! You'll never get...
Ooh! I wasn't expecting that.
What?
I was expecting,
We're
I was maybe
planning on
expecting Sir
sending him to
Divish.
some monastery to become a monk? I believe we have some work to do, Sir Divish, do we not? Mount up, gentlemen. We don't have any time to waste.
Let's go. Let me get some repair kits first. Took a few hits there and gave a few hits too.
Who goes there? Greetings. We were ambushed. We need assistance. We have wounded men here. Open the gate. The Lord be praised. Here! Come on! Come on!
Lady Stephanie, I really don't think we should...
My lady.
Faster, man! Come on, faster!
My men are gravely wounded. Without treatment, I'm afraid they won't live to see morning.
Hiya! Hiya!
Not to worry. We'll take care of them.
My lady, you have my uttermost gratitude. May God reward you for your kindness.
Every Christian should help his neighbor in his hour of need.
True. Especially now, when treachery and deception surround us on all sides.
Get out of the way!
The devil lurks in the shadows.
Come on!
And one fears taking a guest into his house. Signal the others. Yes, sir.
Okay, there's a lot of people. Yeah, there's the bulk of his men, I think.
Oh no. We're too late.
Quickly! Follow me!
Remember there being a way in. Other than the drawbridge. Trying to remember. I mean, Sir Divish would know, so that's fine. But because I mean, we had to sneak out of Tomberg, sort of. Ooh! Henry, where is your horse? Henry, where is your horse? Oh, Henry, my boy. I will say, this is a very well-designed castle. Like, I really like the design
Secure the
of
outer
this
bailey.
castle.
Those bastards have shut us in here! We have to get over the gate!
Slay every last one of them! Break through! Quick, before they regroup!
Let's see if I can take some of you out, huh? Oh, come on! You're standing perfectly still and I can't shoot you. Come on, I can do this. I get you right in the face, you're dead. It's ridiculous. Never mind. Where's the fighting? Do we win? Are we done? Aha! There we go. Okay. There's one guy left. Jeez. Anyway. There we go. So, by the way, I mentioned that I've been thinking about and studying some medieval fortifications earlier than this period, really. Because my homebrew D&D world I'm working on technologically is, first of all, pretty high magic. So that affects some things. But otherwise, as far as arms and armor and even architectural technology, I'm putting it somewhere roughly, I'd say roughly 13th century or so, because I love the 13th century for so many reasons. There's so much I really love about the 13th century.
Come out, you rat! Come out and fight like a man!
I don't think so. I like it better right here.
Would you rather hide behind my wife like some mangy whelp?
I could just as easily cut her throat. I have hostages enough, and strong walls to protect me. Bring him here.
How did that happen?
Radzig? What do you want, you viper?
Let me think. Actually, there's nothing I want from you. Except maybe to see you all die. Fire! Burn it down!
Ooh, ow. Why would... I don't quite get why he would... First of all, burning down your own Bailey is a... probably a bad move. Even if you have hostages. If your goal is not to negotiate, then hostages become useless. This guy's not a good strategist. Yeah, anyway, I think part of the thing is that my world is roughly, like I said, roughly 13th century in terms of arms, armor, technology-ish, more or less technology. Certainly,
Christ.
Architecture.
Are you all right?
I'll live. But I don't think I'll be wielding a sword for a while.
Oh, we have men enough for sword wielding. A good lord is harder to come by.
How the hell did they get Radzig? I didn't make it to the gate.
He was charging against reinforcements from the castle.
We have to save my father, somehow.
And we have to save my wife and get our home back.
My friend, I think you know as well as I. We have to lay siege.
No. No, that is our last resort. We have to try all our other options.
Sir, if a few men could scale the western wall after dark, maybe they could get inside, free the hostages, and open the gate. That is, if they're holding them in the courtyard, as we've always done.
Well, that's a big if. What if they're seen and they can't raise the portcullis quietly?
Sir Hanush, if we can save just one hostage...
It's a perilous undertaking. Who would you send?
I'll go.
Then let us make ready.
I really like Sir Divish's armor. It's right on the edge between High Medieval and Renaissance. And I will say it has some modern aesthetic sensibilities that don't quite fit the sort of early 15th century, but whatever. Oh no, I didn't get to steal the jewelry from Lady Stephanie. I wasn't gonna... Okay.
I'd better get ready for the night raid. Some light clothing would be best. Dark colours.
Oh yeah, that's right, because I have to be stealthy. Oh no, that's not good. That might be why I'm having trouble carrying things on the horse. Whatever, it should be fine. Let me get some... Fix some things. Then... Okay. All right, so I do want to bring my quiet stuff. That does mean that I'm gonna have to put some things away. Bailiff's mace, arrows. Okay, let me see. Any better piercing arrows on? No, I don't. Take those though, and 20 more of these. Ish. But I already have. My dark shoes. My black hose. Okay. Anything else I need to grab? Anything else I need to put? There are some things I need to be able to put some things away, don't I? So let me see. I don't need a spade. That helps a little. I don't need that. £2. Wine I can put away. Moonshine I can put away. Wine I can put away. Honey. Health I don't need it. Put it away. Potions I'm going to hang on to. That helps. Okay. What about potions? For the dog. Nighthawk. Nighthawk. Oh, do I not have sneaky potion? Oh, Padfoot. Okay, I have like 9 of them. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. All right. Okay, cool. That should do me. Let me see what happens if I switch my armor entirely. Okay. All right, my noise is 0. My visibility is 17. Wow. All right. And I am under my weight limit. So I'm okay. That actually wouldn't help. Wouldn't cause a problem for my noise. So I'll wear the coif. Go for it. Okay. So I got my sneaky outfit. I dropped a bunch of this stuff on the ground. Ready to do a night raid. Is my... Oh, let me grab a digestive potion while I'm in here. Yeah. For a couple. Bring those. If I have any. I don't. I have it here. I have 4 of them. Reduces nourishment by 20. That's good because I can then use my other potions. Okay, okay, we seem to be pretty good here. Sneaky snonky. All right, cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this, shall we? So because of like I said, because my bumping into people and it keeps hurting. Because my my setting is sort of roughly 13th century. Oh hey, it's all my stuff. Okay. Because like I said, because it's sort of 13th century, the town, the main town that I sort of want to have as a primary location, it has a what was once a Mott and Bailey castle, Mott and Bailey style castle, early in the development of this place, this town, that has since built up and developed into something more significant. The perhaps trouble, give that to Mutt instead. The perhaps trouble with this is that there are very few historical examples that I've been able to find.
You'll love this.
Which, there you go. There are very few historical examples that I've been able to find which involve a Mott and Bailey castle kept as at least as its foundations, and then rebuilt as a more traditional stone castle, and then a town sort of developing around it. So what I have sort of envisioned is this Mott and Bailey castle, but that castle being like a large bailey with a motte either on the side of it, inside of it, or probably along the side of it, that eventually develops up into the inner bailey of a proper stone castle with the keep still atop a hill. And then outside of that develops the town, which another further ring gets put around as a wall, and then that gets developed outside as the outskirts of town, like you'd have, like in a place like this, where you have Talmberg Castle proper, and then you also have that outer bailey, and then separate from that, you also have the town, which has its own minor fortifications, and then you have the surrounding farmlands and such. So it's something like that, but the design of the castle being one which I guess I would say developed from a... Oh, he's looking at my trash. Sorry, Rupert. One that developed from the an older Mott and Bailey style castle. I'm having trouble perfectly envisioning this. That's all, because there isn't much in terms of historical record. All right, Sir Robot, let's get this done. Let's start this up, shall we?
I have some trophies.
Show me. They deserved it, the butt.
Humans.
Can you teach?
Me teach.
I'm ready.
Okay, wait. Oh,
Are
darn.
you sure? You should wear lightweight black clothing. Anything you don't need, you can leave here. I don't want you clanking around in plate armor.
I am ready. My noise rating is like very low. My stealth
Yes,
is massive.
I'm ready to go.
My noise is actually 0, I think, right now. So excellent. No clanking. No clanking at all. Clanking here. I'm bringing my plate armor though in my...
If any of you are having second
Pocket.
thoughts, this is your last chance to speak. Very well. So I hope we're all clear on what has to be done. We need to free the hostages to deprive Toth of his advantage. Now he'll be keeping them somewhere where they can be guarded, but somewhere separate from his other men.
And where would that be?
We always kept our captives in the house on the Bailey by the stables.
What if they're in their tower or somewhere else?
Then we'll have to go to the gate and try to open it. But that will take time and attract attention. So we can only do it if we know exactly how things stand. And if they sound the alarm, before we've done anything, we get out of there quick. Understood?
And leave them there?
Better a couple of hostages than a pile of corpses. Lord Capon, are you quite certain you want to engage in this action?
Quite. After all, it can't be much different from sneaking out of the upper castle in Rattay and back in every night. Besides, who else will keep this hothead from raising bloody mayhem?
Well, see to it that you do, my lord.
Well...
May God guide our footsteps.
Good to have Sir Capon here. He's not taking it the least bit seriously, but that's exactly what I've come to expect from him. I wonder how much longer this is. I mean, last week, Dominic said it was another 10 hours, even as of the end.
Unless we fuck it up, then Istvan will be telling the stories and the joke will be on us.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, let's go.
We'll go first and take out the sentries. Wait here.
Good luck. Yeah, I think that, I mean, I know Dominic said last week that there was like 10 hours left, up to 10 hours left. I don't know, I'm a little skeptical.
Why do I bother asking?
Oh, be quiet and watch that light on the battlements.
I'm a little worried about that. Lights over there.
Fuck this waiting, I'm gonna climb.
Nope. Are you doing that? They said to wait. Ladders are a very vulnerable position. Why is it up over top of Merlon?
I'll put on his armor and watch this side, but there are still 2 guards on the portcullis winch to deal with. Any volunteers?
Henry will do it.
Buffoon? Henry, then. Just make sure you keep quiet.
Right, cool. Where are they? There, right? Looks like they're. I'm being too quiet because I'm, sneaking.
Raise the alarm! Watch out!
The alarm's been sounded.
You're dead.
Over here! Where is everyone?
Shit.
To arm! Get over here!
Hold on. Nope. No. Let's wait. Let's try this again, shall we? How am I supposed to do this exactly?
This will be something. They'll be telling stories about this for years.
Okay, so how am I supposed to kill the both of them quietly?
Fuck it up. Then Istvan will be telling the stories, and the joke will be on us.
Interesting. Alright, I gotta strategize here a little bit. Figure this out.
We'll go first and take out the sentries. Wait here.
What are they waiting for?
Quiet, for fuck's sake.
What are they waiting
Let's stay quiet, shall we?
How should I know?
for? Why do I bother asking?
Oh, be quiet and watch that light on the battlements. Fuck this waiting, I'm gonna climb.
Okay. I mean, it works out fine, I guess. We had to do this on a night where there's an almost full moon, too. Not very helpful to the goal.
I'll put on his armor and watch this side, but there are still 2 guards on the portcullis winch to deal with. Any volunteers?
Henry will do it.
Buffoon?
Soul
Henry, then.
slicer.
Just make sure you keep quiet.
So I have to quietly eliminate the guards at the gate. How am I going to do that? They're within earshot of each other. Like, can I sneak past one to the other one? Turn around. Yeah, there he comes. Interesting.
The alarm's been sounded.
How? How did that sound the alarm?
All of you, gather here! Raise the...
How? Okay, hold on. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? What in the world? Maybe I have to knock them out?
This will be something. They'll
Okay.
be telling stories about this for years. We'll be legends. Unless we fuck it up, then Istvan will be telling the stories, and the joke will be on us.
Exactly am I supposed to do this?
We'll go first and take out the sentries. Wait here. waiting for?
Quiet, for fuck's sake.
What are they waiting for?
How should I know?
Why do I bother asking?
Oh, be quiet and watch that light on the battlements.
I don't know how the alarm got raised from that. I don't know. If I knock him out. Maybe. No, this is interesting. Almost say maybe I can distract
I'll
one.
put on his armor and watch this side, but there are still 2 guards on the portcullis winch to deal with. Any volunteers?
Henry will do it.
That is over there, right?
Henry, then.
Not crazy.
Make sure you keep quiet.
Yeah, no, that's right. Around the corner. Can't go inside. Now, maybe if we had 2 people. One go up to each of them. How this is supposed to work. A is the other guy, right? No. Oh, no. Okay, I'm supposed to get past these guys, huh? Okay, if I can get past them and inside, that'll work.
Fuck. The alarm's been sounded.
Really?
Quit it. Yuri.
Over here! Where is everyone? Quick!
Hello!
Is this even possible?
To arm! Get over here! Bring it on!
Oh my god, there's like 70 of them. Okay, that...
I have to admit, we didn't do too well.
True. The shame of it. They drove us back before we even got anywhere.
Well,
if pigs had wings...
That's not... That was it? Really? No. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. There's got to be a possibility here. I got to be screwing this up somehow. Hold on. Skip. Let me skip, and then let me just refresh, restart, because... Load game. Night raid. Yes. Well, I'm looking this up. Okay. You must go left after climbing the castle walls with the ladder. 2 guards. Do a stealth takedown on the first one. Carry his body back behind the corner. Wait for the second to walk from the guard tower to the wall. Choke him out. In the guardhouse, they'll always counter you. Okay. Okay, so maybe it's a stealth takedown instead of a stealth kill. Maybe that's it. Oh, geez.
Fuck this waiting. I'm gonna climb.
Hold on. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I can stealth take down one of them, presumably. It would seem. Although, I will say also, it is set up for you to fail. You can rescue some of the some hostages, but they are random no-name NPCs, apparently. Okay, well, that's frustrating, but I'll see. I'm going to give it one more try. If I can do it, then great, I do it. If not, then that's fine.
I'll put on his armor and watch this side, but there are still 2 guards on the portcullis winch to deal with. Any volunteers?
Henry will do it.
Buffoon? Henry, then. Just make sure you keep quiet.
Okay, let me see if I can do this. Okay, this is working. Okay, good. Now, ready for the next one. I believe he didn't see me.
First, we have to find the hostages. Then we can come back and deal with the rest.
Okay. Let's go and do that.
Easy now. We're almost there. Let's not fuck it up at the 11th hour. Careful here. All doors lead to the courtyard. All it takes is for one man to go for a piss and he'll see us.
Fuck. The alarm's been sounded.
Okay, time to run. That didn't quite work. Excuse me. Never mind. Never mind. That was close, but no.
I have to admit, we didn't do too...
Did okay, though. Would have been worse. Wait, what?
I wouldn't go that far. We had to give it a try.
It's
If we
close.
succeeded, if pigs had wings... I know it troubles you, but it's not over yet. We'll rescue the hostages and hang that bastard Istvan.
Or we'll just, stab him in the neck until dead. Anyway. Okay, cool. So now we know. Now I know that that was a doomed to fail quest. I wish there was some indication it was doomed to fail. Like, a tiny indication. A little one. Wow. Okay, yeah.
It seems, Robard, that we're running out of options.
We don't have enough men to scale the walls with ladders, and we can't afford to lose any more. We can only take Talmberg by a ruse or with superior numbers. Ruses have failed, and we don't have superior numbers.
Then we are left with no choice but to build a trebuchet. To demolish my own walls. Where is Master Fafar?
He's waiting. We sent for him as soon
Bring
as...
him to me. Let's not waste time.
Sir Divish.
You will build me a trebuchet, Master Tobias.
Trebuchet, my lord. That's not entirely in my field of expertise.
We have to take back Talmberg.
Yes, indeed, sir. I understand that.
You
but...
are the best engineer we can rely on in the whole fiefdom.
Oh, well, thank you, my lord, but it's just that I've never built a trebuchet before. This could take some time.
Then you'd better get to it. Bernard will go over the plan of attack with you.
Oh.
Well, Master Tobias, you have much to do and little time. I will not keep you any longer.
And to be fair, I
sir.
probably have more
Thank you, my
experience
lord.
building various kinds of catapults than he does. I having built
How are the
three
preparations
different
proceeding
catapults,
in the other
all
camps?
from historical
As well as can be
designs and such.
expected under the circumstances. There are still
And a
many
fourth
things that need
of my own
doing, but
design.
I just don't have the time
Watched
for them.
earlier.
No, you don't. Henry.
Never built a trebuchet. I've only
I would
built
like for
torsion
you to help
catapults
with
and, like,
preparations
spring
in the encampments.
Gladly, sir.
Robard will brief you. That'll be all.
Yeah, I have yet to build the trebuchet. It would be fun. Anyway. Not suggesting that I will do such a thing. But I've always wanted to. Because of course I've always wanted to. Who in the world hasn't always wanted to build a trebuchet? Let's change back into our armor. Go. Armored up. Okay, didn't get hurt at all. That's nice. Gotta love when you don't get hurt at all. 62,000 groschen. That's fantastic. Right. Well fed, well rested, everything else. Whose horse is this? Oh, Robart's. Okay. Bayfar. How goes the
God bless
trebuchet?
you. What troubles you?
Never mind.
Take care.
Thought you could talk to me about the trebuchet. I wanted to talk about the trebuchet. Because every young man in the world wants to talk about the trebuchet. Who doesn't want to talk about a trebuchet? All right, Robard.
I'd like to improve.
Oh,
Me teach you?
my swordsmanship is literally
I'd like to get
perfect.
better at fighting.
Certainly.
I'd like to.
First, you have to.
I don't even have
Well.
what is my... Hold on. What is my... base... 8. Well, okay. Any of these actually increase my, I think any of these actually increase my, any of my melee skills. Oh well. That's fine. I know maces are the good weapon in the meta. Whatever. I like swords. What am I gonna say? I like swords. I understand that they are the sidearm of medieval combat, but I still like them. Just like I'm weird and anachronistic enough to really like the good old 1911. I know it's a sidearm. I know they're even better handguns, but I like them. Whatever. It's an aesthetic thing.
What needs to be done?
Anyway. Whatever.
Look, a military encampment's a complicated thing. I don't expect it to be as peaceful and orderly as Holy Mass. But what we have here now is havoc. The men are as nervous and short-tempered as caged bears.
Naturally.
When you walk around the camps, you'll see for yourself. Grumbling everywhere. Complaints about everything from the gruel to the fleas. They're moaning they've drunk the alehouse dry, and now they have to wait for the next batch of beer. We've got dead who deserve a decent burial, and a lot of wounded, including one of their lordships. The less the troops grumble, the better off we'll all be. But that's not even the main problem.
What do you mean?
Did you hear what Sir Divish was saying to Fafar, our master builder?
I heard some of it.
And what did you make of it?
Yeah, he has, like I said, he has less experience building siege equipment than I literally do. Me. Professor Vincent Andrew Drosnus McCoy, 21st century philosopher. So, you know, that's its own issue.
He said he'd never built a trebuchet catapult. I wouldn't even know where to start, but he might.
But, if it'll take him as long as he said, we can't wait until Judgment Day. We don't have that much time.
I'll try to ask him if I can help in some way.
You should definitely do that. Without a trebuchet, we're much too weak.
How are you faring, Sir Robard?
How do you think I'm faring, lad? There's some cutthroat thug lolling about in my bed at the castle.
Well, at least no one's raised Talmberg.
Not so far. Though we may end up doing it ourselves to smoke the bastard out.
I imagine Sir Divish isn't taking it too well.
And why do you think he handed command over to me? But it pains my heart, too. That place is my home.
Yeah.
What's the easiest way to take back Talmberg?
The easiest way? Call in the Royal Army and leave it to them. But there's no Royal Army to help us now, and we can't afford to wait. What's more, we don't want to destroy the castle. Personally, I'd like to return to it.
Repairing the castle will be expensive.
And time-consuming. No trebuchet is wholly on target. The missiles fly as they please. And if we blast the castle to pieces and Sigismund comes back, he'll make short work of us.
That's a dangerously good point. That's the thing. Like, that's a really important principle of siege warfare, is that you need to be able to not only take something, but hold it. And in order to hold it, you have to do as little damage to it as possible so that then you can, while taking it. That makes taking it that much harder. Which means, typically, the best and easiest way of taking a fortification is infiltration of some kind. With that having failed now twice. Well, as many times as I tried, but having failed, utterly. We're now reduced to trying to do as little damage as possible while still doing enough damage to take it over. Which reminds me, again, this is a really common principle of siege warfare, but it applies really universally to any mode of siege warfare. Because, I mean, what the example that jumps to my mind is the taking of Coruscant in Star Wars in the X-Wing series. There's a whole like 2 books dedicated to how are we going to take Coruscant, the capital of the Empire, in a way that will not leave us to just have it taken right out from under us as soon as a warlord shows up. And so what that meant for them practically. So Coruscant has very impressive planetary shields. I've talked about this on our streams before, I think, in the context of it being more sensible than Star Trek, what we see in Picard. But anyway, it having double-layered, independently controlled planetary shields around the entire planet, right? So which means that a proper invasion is next to impossible. And so what they wound up having to do was infiltrate. Excuse me. Get people in on the ground and deactivate the shields without actually destroying them. Because if you just destroy the shield generators or the shield projectors, then someone else is just going to show up and be able to take the planet over. Easy. Without much trouble. And so you have to be able to deactivate the defenses, lower the defenses, so to speak, without destroying the defenses. Which, man, that's a tall order. In a situation like this, that's very rough.
Do you think Sigismund will come back?
How do I know what's in his head? But if he doesn't take advantage of this chaos, someone else probably will. The whole country will know about it soon enough.
I'd never have thought so many people were keeping an eye on Talmberg. Like that fellow Havel.
Not only Talmberg, and we've left precious few men in Ratai. If we're defeated here, who's to stop them from pillaging the whole province? And there's no shortage of power-hungry bastards like Havel and Toth in Bohemia.
Is there some way we can get through the gate?
There are steps from the gate up to the walkway on the battlements, and I don't know how Istvan's covering them. Then there's the portcullis to get through. A big battering ram might breach it, but how could you get one that close? I reckon we'll have to set fire to it.
Stuck up brushwood and light it?
Brushwood, timber, anything that burns, soaked in as much pitch as possible. The local charcoal burners surely have some.
And even if it doesn't burn the gate
Okay.
right down, it'll weaken it and make it easier to break through.
Exactly.
Still less than ideal. You'd want a way to raise the portcullis if possible, but that's, again, another tall order.
And what about the walls? Which side is the most vulnerable?
The south and east are solid. It would be useless to try anything there.
It's best defended from the north, and as for the west...
From the west is where we tried it, and got royally fucked, if you recall. But I think in the end we'll try that way again, only this time we'll do it better.
Okay.
Pity they didn't stay holed up in Vranic for longer. It would have been much easier there.
Toth is a wily fox. If he'd had all his men with him there would have been real carnage. It's likely we only won there because he'd already gone and taken most of his best soldiers with him.
Is there anything else I can help with?
Well, we need some pitch. I know you had dealings with the charcoal burners.
I've met a few, true enough.
Then have a look around the area. If you manage to find any pitch, bring it to our quartermaster in the camp at the quarry.
Okay.
Take care.
That's all we got. Man, there's a lot to do. We are still going to be doing this next week. It might be a short stream next week. We'll see.
Greetings. What business have you?
Sir Robard sent me to you. He said you have to build a trebuchet.
Indeed. A trebuchet that can smash the walls of Tamburg. I, a mining engineer. What do I know of war machines? I'll never manage it on my own.
Well, I'd like to help you, but how? I don't know anything about trebuchets either.
Actually, there is a way you could help. Conrad Keyser came to Sasso recently. If you could get him to come here, it would save my skin.
Conrad Keyser? Who's he?
He's a scholar who studied medicine, but he also designed siege engines. He even took part in the siege of Nicopolis, together with Sigismund.
He was with Sigismund?
It's not so straightforward. They quarrelled after the battle, after Conrad blamed their defeat on Sigismund.
I don't suppose he took that too well.
Quite. That's what led to Conrad being banished from Prague and making a base at Betlen Castle.
Interesting.
What's he doing here in Sasau?
They sent him over here to help with building the monastery. No doubt they had to pay handsomely to get him.
And how am I supposed to get him here? Abduct him?
Well, only if all else fails. We need his cooperation.
I love that that's on the table.
Try having a word with him. By all accounts, he hates Sigismund.
I love that that's on the table.
All right, I'll do what I can.
Thank you, Henry. Maybe we will build that trebuchet after all. Take care.
Man, wait, Rocketeer. What? What all do I need to be doing here? Oh my. It's all around the province. This is crazy. I mean, it's not all around the province, but it's all around, like, this corner of the province. Master. Bernard. Sir Divish. Charcoal burners. Can I bring my own men from Privislavitz? I mean, I assume not. Yeah, let's see. Okay. These are all things that I'm not going to be able to do. Darn. Okay. Rocketeer. No. Let's head south first. So let's talk to Sir Divish. Then we'll talk to the charcoal burners. Then Massacre in the camp. Then the quartermaster. Then we'll head over to Sasau. Oh, there you are. Come on, Shadowmere. Can I just waltz in? I can kind of waltz in. But let's not do that, shall we? It seems like very, very suicidal. I mean, the town is still quite intact, which is a pleasant surprise, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not fully intact. There's some damage here and there, but the fact that the town wasn't completely razed to the ground in the attack is, I mean, that's reassuring. That's good. Where is Divish? Oh, he's way out there. Oh, that's a tent. Sort of out there in the middle of nowhere. That's, oh, man, poor guy. Poor guy. Is there a cobbler for my saddle? Anywhere? There's not, is there? Very good. The closest cobbler. Semapesh. Oh man, all the way down in Sasau. Ujits? No, they don't have a cobbler. Yeah, it's all the way down in Sasau. It's the closest cobbler. Well, whatever. Maybe I don't need to fix my saddle. It's disappointing. Sir.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
How do you feel, Sir Divish? How's the shoulder?
I felt better, boy. I feel awful, truth be told, and my shoulder's paining me.
Let someone tend to the wound and you'll soon be better.
The flesh can be healed, perhaps, but the spirit... Henry, can you do something for me?
What is it you need, sir?
I need a priest as well as a physician. The closest was in Rovna, but I don't know what happened to him. And then there's the one from Ujits. What's his name?
Godwin. But why would you need a priest? The wound will heal, especially with the help of one of the monks.
It's not about me. I've got a lot of wounded here that won't see morning, and dead men, and I have to confess my sins. See you later.
Okay. I do have to go to Ushit's. But yeah, let's go to the charcoal burners. Yeah, let's go to the charcoal burners for now. Position from the monastery. Man, there really is like a... Wait, this isn't the... No, not even slightly. Oh, well, no, this will take me there. This will take me there. Just a little indirect. It's fine. Here we go. What's this? Bandits. These bandits?
Mit keresel itt? Véletlenül kibújtál az anyád szoknyája alól? Istenem, vigyázz ott! Csak gyűjtsd az erőt!
Nincs csak, mi bújt itt elő?
Vigyázz! Itt!
No.
Na, bassza meg! Vigyázz! Látom az ellenséget! Elég érte, hagyd abba! Feladom!
Bastard. That it? I don't need anything from here. I just, you know, it's a bunch of humans, so just get rid of the bastards. Okay, well, that means I'm gonna have to fix up my stuff, isn't it? Good enough. Good enough. Let's go. Way? No, the other way. And then... Huh? Is that a guy who just fell to his death? The dead guy? Speaking Hungarian? Interesting. Okay, whatever. Not my problem. That was weird.
Yeah.
No, I need to get some pitch from the charcoal burners. That's what I need. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Henry's here! Ah, Henry. There, mister.
How come you're wearing such fine armor? Is there a joust happening?
No, I'm a noble soldier in a dire need.
I'm looking for some pitch for Talmberg.
Already? What happened to the last lot we supplied?
I don't know, and it doesn't matter. Do you have any, or don't you?
I do. I had a buyer lined up, but it's been a while since he showed his face. What do you need it for?
Talmberg's been taken by a horde of brigands, so we're laying siege to it. We could use some pitch.
Christ blood. I hadn't heard the news. All right, it's all yours. You gave us a hand with that ginger when we needed it, and if it's for Sir Divish, I know my duty. If you want to haul it away yourself, feel free, or I can get someone to deliver it to you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Good luck, then.
Okay. Delivery it is. First, since we're already over here, go to Ujits. There we go. Right. Need to Father Godwin.
Apples straight from the tree, melons right off the vine, and beetroots fresh from the field.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Father.
Good day to you.
I brought you back that manuscript you lent me.
Ah, the opus of Matthew of Yanov. I was wondering if I'd ever see it again. Thanks, my son.
I parted with a thing.
There's something I need from you, Father Godwin.
Is there, my son? How can I help?
There are a lot of dead and wounded at Talmberg, and no one to make the sign of the cross on their foreheads.
I'd like to help, but sadly I simply can't. My own parishioners are watching me closely, and if I make just one false move, they'll have the bishop down on my back.
But Sir Divish himself...
If he wants me, let him come and speak to me himself. But I'm not going anywhere. It's your fault I have to live with a sword dangling over my head, Hal. And don't think I've forgotten it.
I never forced you to do anything. And just because I didn't help you out, you're denying God's forgiveness to innocent strangers.
How dare you? Do you think I'd stoop to such pettiness? My reasons are honorable.
All right, I understand. So why don't you turn it round on them? Why don't you say you'll go to Talmberg because it's the right thing to do and your Christian duty, even though you might be shot in the process, like that saint?
Sebastian. That might help, I suppose. Tell me the truth. Is the air really thick with arrows?
It is a siege, but all the camps are well out of range, so you don't have to worry about that.
Well, see how the martyrdom angle works and then I'll go. At least getting out of here for a while will give me a break from all those judgmental looks. To forgive is human, damn it! Or is it to err that's human? I can never remember. Take care now.
Well, okay. That's something, I suppose. Okay, Talmberg. Monastery. Position. Go down to Sasau. I need to go to Talmberg because I need to go to the camp quartermaster. I do see a bit of danger fast traveling right up to the front gate, but whatever. Sure, it'll be fine. Okay. Right? Be fine, right? Oh, no, okay. The front gate is at the front of the Bailey. They're not occupying the Bailey. Burnt it. Excuse me? Gentlemen. What are you guys doing? Okay, guys, good luck. I'm gonna go. I have plenty of things I gotta do. I'm sure you're under pretty significant and jolly good orders. But I accidentally happened to cross you guys, so I don't know how stealthy you're actually being.
Yeah.
Anyway. Alright. So we talked to the quartermaster. I need to talk to... Who else would I talk to here? Who is it? Robard? Or was he up at the other camp? Quartermaster. Oh, Captain Bernard. Right. From, done from Ratte. That's right.
God be with you.
How are the men holding up?
They're a rabble. The out-of-towners are desperate to go home. And the locals, they've got nowhere else to go. So they're just generally complaining.
Are they causing trouble?
No trouble as such. It's true I've caught a few of them asleep on their watch. But there's nothing a couple of lashes of the whip can't cure.
Well, there might be a simpler solution.
Whipping a man's simple enough. Just give one of them a beating, the others will remember. And when they forget, do it again.
But then you'd have an injured soldier. It occurred to me a herbal potion might do the trick.
I never heard of any wives' quackery helping troop morale. But Christ knows they could do with something to flush the booze out of them and keep their eyes open.
I mean, I can brew up exactly what you're looking for.
How goes it, Sir Bernard?
Let's find an herbalist.
How goes it? We're sitting here under the castle, and all day long there's folks hewing stones. My ears are ringing as if I'd been struck on the head, which is just how I feel.
I felt that way too since the night of the attack.
That went horribly wrong. And even so, we were lucky. Could have gone much worse.
Can you teach me how to
Me teach you?
I'd like to learn to...
Certainly.
I'd like to...
First...
I'm very bad with an axe.
Well... I'd like to...
Imperfect with the sword. Never mind.
God be with you.
That's all, folks. All right, let's see. Quartermaster. Vanish.
Greetings. What business have you?
Just
How are you,
checking
my
in.
lord?
How do you think? That slimy toad has my blood boiling. If I get my hands on him, I'll rip his black heart out. Only I've been handed the job of guarding the western route at the quarry. But there's not a damn thing happening there.
Well, at least you're out of archery range of the castle.
True, but it's not much consolation. If the men don't get something to do soon, I'll have to put them to work in the quarry. Idle hands are the devil's tools.
We are planning on knocking down some of the walls. We're going to need some stone. So,
how do you think the siege will go, sir?
Better than it has done so far, I hope. First, we lost your lord and father, and then our nighttime assault.
Can we talk about that at
Sorry
all?
we didn't succeed.
I'd like to talk about that.
It'd all have been over by now. But at least we got out alive.
If the two of you had been left behind, Istvan would have had another pair of hostages. Oh, let's pray our fortunes improve. But I'm a bit worried about that trebuchet. I don't have much experience with engines of war. Even if we do drive Toth out, There might not be much left of the castle after we've done it.
Yeah, that is troubling.
So, Hanush, do you think Sir Radzig is all right?
Oh, don't worry, he's more used to Toth alive, so he's in no danger for now.
For now?
Radzig's a man who knows how to take care of himself. I'm more concerned about Lady Stephanie. It would be dreadful if anything happened to her.
It was a pleasure to talk to you, Sir Hanush.
Likewise, Henry. Goodbye.
I'm honored that you should come to me.
The charcoal burners nearby have some stocks of pitch they'll let us have.
That's handy. Sir Rubard will be pleased. What little we had left was running out, and he was getting worried.
Well, you can stop worrying.
Good.
Well,
I'll
no,
get someone to
but
take care of it.
stop worrying about this.
How are we doing with the food?
Who wants to know? One of their lordships?
No, I just wondered if there was anything you're short of.
Oh, I see. The lordling is wondering if we're in urgent need of anything. Well. To tell the truth, we don't have much meat. They bring it round often enough, but never as much as they should.
Yes, I've heard something like that.
I'll say. Every other man's moaning on about it. The gamekeepers are doing all they can, but they can't keep up. So if you know how to help them out, bring it right here. I'll take care of the rest.
Fine.
Okay.
I'll keep that in mind. I brought you some meat.
Stack it over here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
What's going on? You said...
Not enough.
Do we have any beer?
Working on it.
Christ, I wish we did. Our ale's all gone, and we've drained the local inn dry.
That's bad news.
Don't I know it? You can't go and catch a beer in the woods, either. But if you happen to know about some, let's hear it. News like that'd refresh me almost as much as a drink. And the lads, too.
I do have a brewery.
May the Lord watch over you.
I have my very own brewery. Okay. What else you need?
Farewell.
Haven't got any more meat at the moment, but I can go get some. That's actually something I might do off stream, because that'll involve hunting. Herbalist. Okay. Beer. More beer. Another herbalist. Beer. Beer. Another herbalist. Alright, I'm going to try this herbalist right up here, and then I'm going to go back to Privoslavitz and see if I can get beer from my own tavern. If I can, great. If not, fine. That does mean that I can at least go hunting up in those woods. Because that's a good place to go hunt. The woods near Privoslavitz. Yeah, what in the world? Very thick. And then I can also I can also smoke the meat and get some, and preserve it that way. That will help very much. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Like I said, the hunting thing, that might be something I do a bit off stream. We'll see.
Jesus Christ be praised. How may I serve you?
Would you teach me something?
Certainly.
I want to...
All right.
Isn't that quite...
Let's reduce that price a bit.
What about...
You won't... Agree.
Hey, new rank in herbalism. Good, good, good. Very good.
I need something to keep our soldiers awake. Do you know of anything that might help?
I do know of a concoction to ward off sleep.
But I need enough for at least 100 people.
I can't help you with that. You'll have to brew up a bit at a time.
That'll be very helpful.
I already have a recipe for cockerel. How many do I need? $60 cockerel potions. Okie dokie. Okay, I need valerian and mint. Okay. Grind 2 handfuls of mint. Boil the mint for 1. Boil the valerian for 2 more. And distill. That should do. What about mint? I should have a ton of mint. Hope that's enough. That should be enough. Go. Hey, Dominic. Hi, how are you? You okay there? You know that there is there's a delay. Right. I'm not going to answer the chat, like, within seconds. The delay is, it's low latency, which means I can only stream in whatever whatever the highest quality this is. I think 720. But that means I think the delay is only about, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 seconds. It's not that much. But it's more than immediate, certainly. Brew a few for myself, too. Okay. Great! I mean, I can... You type something. I will read it off the moment it gets through, and then that'll tell you. The delay is also a little bit different for every stream. It's not like it's not like every stream is exactly the same amount, right? So, roll those back. Ooh, very close to a lot. That's a deer. Hey. That's a deer. Get it. Get it. don't have my hunting arrows. Whatever. It's fine. There we go. Dropped one. Oops. All right, here we go. So I think I should be able to fast travel even if I'm overloaded because I am on the horse. So I should be fine. Actually, yeah, I'll fast travel. I'm too overloaded to fast travel. Darn. It's fine, I'll just ride. It's not that far, and I go at a normal speed on my horse, even if I'm overloaded, so it's nothing. Okay, Dominic, you just sent it right now. That message. Yeah. I read it out exactly when it came through for me. And then you just said hello. Right just now.
Yeah.
Did that help? You can give me a good estimate of exactly how long the delay is. I was not paying too close attention to how long that was. Was that long, really? 12 seconds. Alright, 12 seconds. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. It was something like that. I can make it shorter. But it'll overload my encoding if I do too much with it. I've done it before. I've messed with that before, because there is an ultra-low latency mode, which is like 1 to 2 seconds. It's actually quite quick. The trouble is it overloads. It can overload your encoding, especially if you're trying to stream like multiple sources and things. Like I'm trying to stream my face camera and the game, and the little widget down there for Ko-Fi. Which, by the way, feel free to donate. That's the thing. All that sort of thing. The more things you have going, and the higher frame rate and resolution you're trying to stream, the more it'll sort of overload. Oh, too much heavy stuff. Right.
I brought you some meat.
Stack it over.
All that. That's enough.
That's the lot.
Great. If we're really going to have
That was
to storm
exactly
the walls, then
enough.
at least it should be with full bellies. Oh, and here's something for your trouble. Farewell.
Excellent. Now, Captain Bernard.
This might help, and there's plenty of it.
There certainly is. I'll have to get all those poured into a keg. But if it works, I'm in your debt.
I just want to make
Individual
sure we get rid of
bottles.
those bastards holed up in the castle.
No more than I do, lad.
And to see Istvan hang from the highest tower.
I'll drink to that. Well, I would if I
I mean,
wasn't armed.
I basically just delivered him like 60 shots of espresso. He's like, I better pour all these into a keg.
Take care.
Oh man, what would an army camp be without a keg of coffee? Really? You need that sort of thing, you know? Gosh. All right. Houses. Have I ever heard of the giant Geo? Content-minded Catholic artist, ultimate historian of the alt-right manosphere. I have not at all. Really haven't. Let's try Privoslavets for meal. Maybe a nap. We only got about 10 minutes left for tonight. So it looks like we will have to finish next week. We'll see how long. We'll see how long we have left. We might finish next week. See. If not, I have no problem taking an extra week. That'll be all right. The other thing I've mentioned as well is I'm still deciding for sure what the next game we will be playing is on Wednesday nights when we're done. We're done with Kingdom Come. Oh, I failed to avoid it. Ah, crap. Okay.
Well, I'll slay you, you scum. I'll slaughter you.
You seem quite well equipped.
Now you're fucked. Here goes. Come here, lily liver. Where did he vanish to?
There's 3 of them with heavy plate armor. What is this? Jesus.
You're dead.
You guys are impressive.
Fuck it! Knees, have you?
Ah, God. Whoa!
And your history. Is that?
Oof. I'm out of here. Goodbye. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Oh, you watched my video on Anselm's rectitude. Oh, and on truth. Yeah. I think it's super interesting. I need to give it a second listen. It's that work, not that work in particular, but those 3, the what are usually referred to as the 3 philosophical dialogues of St. Anselm, are some of the best prose philosophy that I think exists. It is incredibly good, incredibly well written, and it has some just brilliant insights, and a very good look into how the medieval mindset worked as well. It's just so well put together, and it's got a fascinating way of looking at the world that we moderns just sort of can't immediately or easily grasp. And I do think that it's worth grasping. I think that Anselm is largely correct when it comes to a lot of the things that he discusses in there. But I think that thinking about truth at what? How did I miss the crossroads? Thinking of truth in terms of rectitude or correctness, and therefore truth just simply and straightforwardly corresponding to goodness. If something is good, or something even exists, insofar as it is true, and is therefore correct, I think that is a really fundamental. It's really fundamental to how we ought to. What? No, I'm out of here. That's really fundamental to how we ought to understand the world. Let's have another marigold option.
Yeah.
Quick, let's get back to the shelter of Protislavitz and my destroyed bridge. Okay, great. Sonic says, yes, describing rectitude versus rather than just saying truth is what is, leads in some way to very interesting conclusions. It really does. I mean, it amounts to... It roughly amounts to the same thing as the sort of classical Platonic correspondence theory of truth. But it means that it's far more applicable to a broader range of concepts. There are more things that we can say reasonably are true rather than just propositions and statements. Right? I think that is that's really crucial to understanding what is meant here by truth, by rectitude, by being, even. This is, I think, pretty fundamental to understanding even fundamental aspects of metaphysics. Where's the keg? Where's my beer? My own brewed beer. Here it is. Right here. Is it right? Rubus Levitt's beer! I'll take those. Okay. I'm gonna need to do some repairs. And I will say there is more as well, because there's also the there's also the other two jeez, I need more Taylor's kits. A lot more Taylor's kits. Better armorer's kits. Anyway, I will say that the other ones are of a very different format, right? The videos that are about the other two dialogues, on freedom of choice and then on the fall of the devil, which all, by the way, do have really the same subject matter. It's just applied to different areas or different examples. Call it. They do have roughly the same subject matter. So they work together as a sort of set. They're one long conversation, so to speak. And so I think that watching all of them together, reading them if you can find them. Like I said, in a couple of videos, the edition I recommend is the Hackett Classics one if you can find it, translated by Williams. There's another one that is the one that's more available online, translated by... Oh, darn, I forget the names of the translators, but they're classicists, which I have professional rivalries and dislike for classicists because they don't translate philosophy well, or history really for that matter. They're English majors for classical languages basically. They don't capture a lot of the nuance of meaning in the way that Williams does in the Hackett version, which is really the top notch. That's the one that you want to find. But that, if you can find it, great. I highly recommend reading it. It's really good. You can probably find the original Latin text if you do want to just translate, because I've translated most of that. I've read that book in Latin. I think all of it. Yeah, all of it. I've read it in Latin. That was part of my study, because I studied with the translator, with Thomas Williams, at University of South Florida, and that was one of the major texts that we read, working on translation, Latin translation. So yeah, it was. It's very good. It's very, very good. Very good.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes.
But I will say, like I said, that the
yeah.
Good luck then. What can I sell you? Yeah. I will say that the format of the other ones is very different. They are classroom lectures. They're just recordings of my classes, of my class discussions. So they are more discussion based. They take their time a lot more. There's just more hours, I suppose, of the other two. So by all means, check them out. Highly recommend them. But be ready for a slightly different format. Okay?
Greetings, good night.
Okay, do I have any repairs to make? Nope. Do you have any I don't expect you have tailor's kits, do you? No, you have armorer's kits, which are things I don't need. Oh, well, okay. Never mind. There's no tailor here, but there is a general store. Perhaps you have tailor's kits. Thing that I need entirely. Dominic says it seems like it really opened the door for understanding how we can speak analogously of God. The rectitude idea seems to be a way of thinking that was very profound. Yeah, it's once again, maybe this is partially just my own personal obsession,
Good God,
my
you
research
look terrible.
obsession. Okay, yes, someone did attack me. Don't worry about it. But yeah, it's saying it. So maybe no more translation from you. Yeah, I mean, so it's really fundamentally about the what you would call the convertibility of being and goodness, being truth and goodness. The three major transcendentals. Now you can also say something similar about
God's blessing. See you later.
you can also say something similar about beauty. You might be able to say that beauty is because it's also a transcendental, or might be a transcendental. You can say something similar about beauty, maybe, but that might be a stretch, and that would take some doing. Right, that would take some extra work, and Anselm does not do that work. But yeah, I think that it is fundamentally, very fundamentally about the convertibility of the transcendentals, more than it's about anything else. I'm gonna do a little judgment here, and then I'm gonna call it a night. Do our judgment, and then maybe talk about this for a few.
God be with you.
Amen.
How's it going, fellas?
Well, Master Bailiff, well.
Good.
But I speak for all of us when I ask, what's to become of all this timber we've logged?
True. It is piling up. The thing is, we've no plans to build anything big just now.
That means we'll be out of work. What are we to live on?
Sell it.
Don't worry, you'll have work enough. We'll sell the timber. Besides, we'll need to clear the woods even more to expand in the future. Have a word with the merchant. He'll arrange to have the timber hauled away and sold. You have my permission for that.
Thank you, sir. We'll do as you say.
Excellent. Wait, there's a quest? Selling wood? Where? Huh. I guess not. I don't know where that would be. Woodcutter? Can I? Okay, whatever. Fine. Anyway. I'm gonna go... What time is it? Yeah, sleep through the night. I think. In a nice comfy bed. Yeah, it's again, I really do think that so much of good philosophy is it needs to have the convertibility of the transcendentals in mind for it to be any good. I think that's easy to lose track of. We've kind of lost track of it in modern philosophy, and we've lost track of it to our peril. Another drink. Why not? Alright, I'm going to sleep and save, and then I'm going to call it a night. This is Arvin. Alright. Do for this evening. So, thank you all so much for joining me. I had a wonderful time. It was a little short tonight. That's all right. We started a little late. But we got a lot done. We might, like I said, we might actually finish this next week. And if we do, that means that the following week we're going to be starting a new game. On the slate right now, tentatively, is Hogwarts Legacy. Couple things about that. First of all, my machine can handle it, but barely. Cutscenes get a little bit laggy at times. So we'll see how well that does. Should be okay. The issue tends to be with like dialogue loading and cutscenes, and with, like I've mentioned before, cape and hair physics is kind of an issue. What are you gonna do? So given that, we should be okay. Should be okay to run it, but it's a little laggy. If you want to help with that, feel free to donate right down there and help buy me some new computer parts. Because I'm at one of those bottlenecks where I have to upgrade a lot at once. I need a new motherboard, that means I would need a new CPU, and that means I would need new RAM. Because my old RAM won't work, it's DDR3. I would need DDR4, new RAM cards and all that. So, basically I'd need to upgrade a whole bunch of stuff at once. I'd be almost rebuilding my computer with some of the same old components, like the case, the fans, the power source, the GPU, which I have a nice GPU, that's at least. Anyway, bring on the lag. Hey, listen, if my viewers don't mind lag and cool stuff for me to talk about over the course of 19th century Hogwarts, I'll go for it. I'll go for it just fine. I already played it off stream. I finished it a couple weeks ago. I enjoyed it a lot. It is a really well designed game. It is pretty simple in terms of its story, especially in terms of its main story. But it's good, and there's a lot to discuss about it. It's not nearly as anti-woke as the reputation made it out to be, because of course it isn't. Why would it be? But it's good. It's still a really good game, so it's worth. I think it's worth playing, and I think it's probably worth talking about in streaming. That said, if there is another game, probably something either historical or fantastical or something like that, fantasy kind of thing. If there is another game that you'd really, really like me to play on Wednesdays instead of Hogwarts Legacy, feel free to let me know. And I'll at least be willing to consider alternatives. I might put up a list of games that I've already got that I'd like to play on stream. Another thought I've had is possibly the Assassin's Creed series. That could be fun. There's definitely a lot to talk about with respect to Assassin's Creed. That might be something to do. Anyway, though, that is what's coming up. I also have some videos planned, time permitting. I've got a couple of weeks that I'm pretty busy coming up, so I don't know if I'm going to have these new videos out too soon, but we'll see. I've got a couple of plans for some much more in-depth, much more complicated videos. One about that I've mentioned before about The Lion King and Frozen. And then I've also had a couple in mind about some symbolism of some things, and symbolism in storytelling and things like that I might put together. That might be a little bit simpler, that might be a little bit more straightforward, something I can do soon, next week or so, maybe a week or two. We'll see. No promises as of yet. That is just some vague ideas as to what is coming. I am looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. But anyway, that's way past midnight. So, night everybody. Thanks for joining. Remember, don't be safe, be well, and more importantly, be good.